Tonight on a special edition of WLFI News 18.
The COVID-19 vaccine is very safe and very effective.
We're looking ahead to a promising and bright future for our community, but still so many unknowns when it comes to the coronavirus pandemic outlook.
It's something that I want to do in my heart. I want to help people. I would never waver in any way.
The issues that impact you and your family, the vaccine concerns, the plan for local schools, the return of summer fairs and festivals. Experts in our studio to answer your questions live.
It's about getting the word out and getting misinformation addressed.
COVID-19, a return to normal, starts right now.
This is a News 18 special report. COVID, a return to normal. WLFI Lafayette. News from where you live.
We start those conversations tonight with Purdue University's plans surrounding COVID-19 as we get closer to graduation and a new school year. As of right now, the university continues working with state and local health officials as they monitor the overall health of the student body. As of this month, more than 17,000 students have received at least one dose of the vaccine. That's through the clinic held at the Cordova Recreational Facility on campus. And while some schools across the country are already announcing that they'll require students to be fully vaccinated before they return to campus for the fall semester, Willie Reed at Purdue University says Purdue won't make that decision quite yet, but they do plan to make the decision in the near future.
Certainly we want to make it soon enough so that everyone's fully aware of what to expect before they would, of course, come to campus. So I would hope that that decision would be made early summer.
Reed says a number of factors will go into determining if Purdue will continue to offer its vaccination clinic during the fall semester. The university will continue to monitor the coronavirus within the student population, and they'll also consider what is going on with the general population here in Tippecanoe County. And local health experts say people in Tippecanoe County shouldn't fear adverse reactions from the COVID-19 vaccine.
As News 18's Joe Paul reports, they say the benefits far outweigh the possible side effects.
We asked viewers to submit questions for our experts this evening, and we've gotten some good ones. Dr. James Bean is the Chief Medical Officer of IU Health Arnett. He joins us now to answer some of those questions about the vaccine. First off, Dr. Bean, we just want to thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. Well, the first question comes from Chris June. Can vaccinated people transmit the virus to unvaccinated people?
The answer to that question is yes. We know the vaccine is incredibly effective, as we've just reviewed in those reports, at preventing serious disease and hospitalization, and even moderate and mild disease in people who've received the vaccine. But it's not perfect in preventing us from acquiring the germ and carrying it on us, maybe even asymptomatically. So though the risk is small, it's possible that someone who's been vaccinated could still carry the virus and therefore transmit it to at-risk unvaccinated individuals. So for that reason, the recommendations for mask wearing, the advisory that's still in place, and the mandate that's in West Lafayette and other organizations is persisting.
Sure, and now this question came from kind of a variety of questions that we got from viewers, and we kind of combined it into one. Are there any type of medications or conditions that impact the effectiveness of the vaccine?
It's a really good question. The general recommendation is that everybody older than 16 is eligible to receive the vaccine regardless your underlying conditions or the medicines that you're on. I think theoretically it's possible that there would be a medication that might impact the response to the vaccine, but that doesn't mean somebody on those immune medications shouldn't get the vaccine. And I encourage people to talk with their own physician about perhaps the timing of the vaccine related to their medication dosage. The strong recommendation is everybody who's 16 and older is eligible unless you have a serious allergic reaction to the vaccine.
Well, welcome back. After a brief pause in its use over blood clotting concerns, a new push is on now for people to get the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. But will hesitancy still be a problem? And what about those blood clot concerns? Dr. Jeremy Adler is Tippecanoe County's public health officer, and he joins us now in the studio to answer those and other questions. Dr. Adler, thanks so much for coming to see us.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
Nicholas Fecina submitted a question. He wants to know, how do you convince people to get vaccinated?
That's a great question. You know, we have so much excellent data from the vaccine trials and from all the follow-up that's being done after the vaccines have been administered that really show us that these vaccines are safe. We know from the trials that they are effective. So it's really a matter of people getting that messaging and getting their information from good, accurate sources and knowing that these vaccines are safe and effective and that they are really our best path out of this pandemic.
Do you, when you meet with patients, do you actually have those conversations? Do people say to you, I don't think I'm down with getting vaccinated? And how do you respond to that?
Sure. You know, I think the important thing is to meet people where they're at, to find out what their specific concerns are, and then address those concerns in an honest, open way. Some of those answers we don't have yet. Some of them we do because we have a lot of good data from the trials that were done on the vaccines. So, you know, I think it's really a matter of relying on the science and the data and letting that guide our decisions.
Welcome back, everyone. As we've reported, the COVID-19 pandemic has hit healthcare workers harder than ever. But has it done enough to deter people from wanting to work in the field?
News 18's Micah Upshaw shares how university and hospital workers are answering that question.
No one could have predicted the challenges we'd face in this COVID-19 pandemic, and healthcare workers are seeing the worst of it. But that's not stopping people who have a heart to serve. In fact, it may be doing the opposite.
The mental health crisis is worsening among healthcare workers.
They're worried they can't fight the coronavirus.
Healthcare workers are still experiencing shortages of safety gear.
So many people would not be here today if it wasn't for the tireless work of our healthcare workers, really working days on.
Even though the media was portraying them mostly as heroes, it still was pretty evident that they were in a battle.
A battle that has no definite end. Since the start of the pandemic, at least 570,000 healthcare workers have been infected with COVID-19. That's according to a Pan American Health Organization study. Another study shows at least 3,600 of those workers have died. Jolene Miller, Dean of Health Sciences at Ivy Tech Community College, says despite these statistics, students are still enrolling.
When we started our new fall cohorts, they were full. I mean, we really had pretty much every seat taken.
And that's been the case for the Ivy Tech Nursing School's 2020 fall enrollment period as well.
Well, several events that have become staples in Greater Lafayette are coming back this summer after being canceled due to the pandemic a year ago.
News 18's Dakota Simon caught up with the CEO of Greater Lafayette Commerce to learn about what fun things you can take part in throughout the coming months.
The Greater Lafayette Commerce and its partners are excited to bring summer fun back to the area this year. The Taste of Tippecanoe, Fresh Air Eats, and the Farmers Market will sprinkle downtown Lafayette and West Lafayette.
All of these things that are going on build community.
As Scott Walker explains, the Commerce has taken the time given to them by the pandemic to come up with new ways for you to spend your free time in the community.
And that's really what people miss, is getting out, seeing people, participating in things, and having fun.
Included in the new events this year is Downtown Lafayette's First Friday.
FirstFridayLafayette.com.
Where on the first Friday of every month, you can enjoy the arts, music, and of course, good food. And it's all fun you can enjoy safely as we move closer toward an end to the pandemic.
Everybody's following all the safety protocols. The restaurants are following them. They've done a good job of limiting capacity as they've needed to, and now that they're ramping back up to full capacity, it's exciting to see that happen for them as well.
So whether you enjoy a great bite to eat, music, or just a nice day outdoors.
For us, it's about getting back together in the same room and creating that camaraderie that we had in 2019, right? And recreating that for 2021.
There will be something for you to do this summer in Greater Lafayette. Reporting in Tippecanoe County, Dakota Simon, News 18.
Well, thank you for joining us this afternoon for our special look at COVID, a return to normal.
We'll be right back at 6 for the latest from where you live.
Call Peterman for